So this is going to be some good review over how to find the trig functions of quadrantal angles. So we are going to work on evaluating some expressions involving angles that whose terminal side lies on an axis. Okay, so what we want to remember is that when we have an angle that ends, its terminal side is on an axis, that r is always equal to 1. And then to get our x and y, because to find a trig function value we need x or y and r, or x and y without r, but two of those three. So we have to remember that we're going to get our x and y from the quadrant, or from the axis. So actually, let's start over here. The point that we would be working with on the right would be 1, 0. Then the point on the positive y-axis would be 0, 1. The point on the negative x-axis would be negative 1, 0. And then the point on the negative y-axis would be 0, negative 1. So we're going to be using one of those 4 points to give us x and y. R is always 1 in these cases. So it won't be possible, we will not be able to evaluate it if at some point one of our trig functions is undefined. And that could happen with tangent if we're dividing by 0, or any other time we're dividing by 0. Okay, so let's try to evaluate this expression. Cosecant of 90 degrees plus the secant of 180 degrees. Both of those angles are positive. So if you know for the 90-degree angle, it's going to, the terminal side is going to be on the positive y-axis. So you know you're going to be working with the point 0, 1. For a 180-degree angle, that is on the negative x-axis. So you know you'll be using negative 1, 0. And r, again, is always 1. So cosecant in terms of x, y, and r, what is the cosecant in terms of x, y, and r? What over what gives us the cosecant? R over y, because that's the reciprocal of sine. So r over y, what the heck just happened there? I don't know. Try that again. R over y, and that r over y is going to be 1 over y, which is 1. And that's where you said just 1, correct? Okay. Then for the secant, secant's the reciprocal of cosine. Cosine, I believe, is x over r, so this will be r over x for the 180-degree angle. And so r is 1, and x is negative 1. So 1 plus a negative 1 is 0. And we have evaluated the cosecant of 90 plus the secant of 180 degrees. So right now you're thinking, why do I need to do that? Well, there's going to be times when we're going to be graphing trig equations, and we may be graphing more than one on the same coordinate plane, and we'll need to add some values together. So this is helpful. Everybody have that? I can move on to the next page. Wonderful. Oh, I don't need to move on to the next page. I just need to move up a little bit. Let's try this one. Sometimes the hardest part of this is going to be to figure out which axis the terminal side lies on. And so I have got a negative 630 degree angle. I'm going to take negative 630 plus 360 plus another 360, because that'll give me a positive angle, right? What's that positive angle? So it lies at a 90 degree on the positive y-axis. And that's going to give me the coordinates 0, 1. And remember, r is always 1. And what I did right there, that negative 630 plus 360 plus 360, I found a coterminal angle. And coterminal angles have the same terminal side. So as long as I add or subtract 360 from the angle, that's going to give me a coterminal angle measure. Okay, so cosecant, we used that up above, I want to say, and it is the reciprocal of sine, so it's going to be r over y. So r over y, in this case our r is 1, y is 1. Boom. Secant's the reciprocal of cosine, it's going to be r over x, and r is 1, x is 0. Can we take 1 divided by 0? No, so this is an undefined expression. We cannot evaluate that. We can evaluate 1 over 1, but we cannot evaluate 1 over 0, so the whole expression is undefined. Okay, so negative 630, if you didn't quite understand what I did up there, negative is going this direction, so negative 360, plus I go another negative 270, I think, and it will end right there, which is at 90, same as 90 degrees. Okay, that's it for today. I do have an assignment for you that I want you to do. Let me go find that. And so just follow the instructions, follow it the way that we did this on our notes, and there's the assignment.